everybody, me and Dean back at you with another video, and today we begin episode 2 of this year's rosé series. So you see I've only got 2 bottles in front of me here, but there will be more. I will have, right now I've got Sandhill and Little Engine here. I've got Road 13 on its way, and Painted Rock will be here as well, and I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 more that I find at the liquor store. But for now, we're going to start with the 2021 Sandhill Rosé. I don't know what grapes this is, but I will look it up. And as you can see, it's a very nice light salmon color. Let's dive right in and see what it's like. Oh, very strawberry, very red fruitish. Strawberry, raspberry, pomegranate. I almost feel like there's a little bit of earth there, like a little bit of like freshly excavated earth. Not something I often come across with a rosé. It's nice nose though. Let's taste it and see how it is. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's very red fruit. All the berries. Pick a berry, it's there. A little bit of lemon. Maybe a little blood orange comes up at the end there as well. Finishes medium plus to long. Yeah. I didn't look back at last year's scores because I kind of wanted to go in fresh. My memory tells me I didn't love this last year. I thought it was decent. I mean, it was good enough that I thought I would buy another one this year and review it. But I don't think it knocked me over or anything like that last year. But I think this is better. At least it's good. Really, really bright, fresh red fruit on the nose. Really nice. A little bit of that strawberries and cream that really can make a rosé delightful. There's the pomegranate again. So it starts up very red fruit. And then through the pomegranate, through the mid palate, I guess pomegranate still considered red fruit, isn't it? And then it gets citrusy on the finish. So that's what it brings, that acidity and nice balance to the finish. So yeah, that's not bad at all. I would, without looking at my score from last year's, I think this is an improvement. So that's good for them. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, here we are at number 2. Little Engine 2021 Rosé. There I'm at a bench. And that's about all it says in the back. 14.7% alcohol. So that's pretty high. So let's see here. This is one of my favorites every year. I'm sure this makes my top 3 or 4, 5 every year. It's really delicious. You can tell it's a much darker red color, ruby red, than a lot of the other ones. Just opened it. So, a lot of red fruit, pomegranate, cranberry. A hint of lemon curd. Okay, let's see. Really rich and full. And I remember that from other years too. It really packs a punch. Rhubarb and pomegranate and cranberry and watermelon and a little bit of like wild strawberry and some citrus, medium plus to long finish. Yeah, it's nice. The alcohol is high. It's a little hot. Not overly so. Not so much that you would be put off by it, I don't think. Yeah, so it's very pleasant. I would think this is going to be a top one again. Not sure I loved it as much as I loved last year's. I'll have to look back on my notes and see, but still very good. Again, I'll be surprised if this doesn't make my top 5 at the end of the year, and I hope it doesn't. But I think it probably will. Something special about Little Engine wines. There's just no bad wines in the bunch. Some are good, some are spectacular, and even something as simple as a rosé always shows high quality. So yeah, I'm gonna go drink this and enjoy it, and I'll be back with next one. I've got Road 13 Rosé has come in, and Painted Rock have come in as well. So we'll get onto those, and I'm sure there'll be a couple more here by the time that we finish the end of the video as well. So I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, we've got a few more rosés now. The playing field has increased a little bit. We got 2 from Road 13, one from a new winery I'll talk about a little more later called Red Horses, Painted Rock, the most precious juice of the valley, and Quailsgate's Lucy's Block. And boy, I hope the wine has improved as much as the packaging is. They've moved it up to, I think they call it their distinction tier. So it's just a beautiful wine now. I'll show you a picture of it later when we get down to that one. It was always a great wine. If it's even better, then wow, that'd be amazing. Okay, so right now I'm tasting Road 13's 2021 Rosé. They also have a 2021 Honest John's Rosé. This one's $26 from the winery. This one I saw at the BC Liquor store for $20. It's not even on the Road 13 website. I'll actually reach out to them and try to find out what's in it, because I'm not sure. This one, the one I'm tasting today, is a blend of Pinot Noir and Gamay. So, as you can probably tell from the pictures, this is much lighter in color. This is a deeper, darker red. Not as dark as these ones, but I'll be interested to find out what makes up that rosé. All right, let's dive right into this one. Oh, strawberries! Oh, red raspberry. WineR lemon zest. Look, there's just a hint of spice there too. Pomegranate. Really lovely nose. Kind of reminds me of the nose on the Cedar Creek Pinot Noir rosé. So this is the Pinot Noir as well, but also some Gamay. So anyway, lovely. Okay, let's see. Does it taste as good as it smells? It is nice. Tastes as good as it smells, probably not, because it smells incredible. But it's still very good. A medium plus to long finish. It's still, yeah, that's good. Pomegranate comes up right off the bat there, along with some tiny hit of tart cranberry, hint. Not a hit of cranberry, a hint of cranberry. Finishes with a little bit of lemon curd. It's not that much strawberry there, as you might expect. In fact, there's really not much strawberry. A little bit, but not a whole lot. Yeah, it's really dominated by pomegranate and cranberry. A little bit of strawberry, a little bit of red raspberry. Nice medium plus to long finish. Yeah, it's not going to compete with the Cedar Creek or anything like that, but it's good. It's a nice wine. I'll be interested to compare it to the Honest John's. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, Road 13 2021 Honest John's Rosé. Smells a fair amount like the other one. Strawberries, cream, watermelon, cranberry, lemon, pomegranate. It's a little more fruit forward than this one. It is a little more candied fruit. Like it feels like it's going to be a little sweeter. So that would hit the definition of off dry. I don't want to use the word sweet because that sends people running for the exits. It's not sweet, but it's definitely off dry. Quite off dry. All the red fruits: raspberry, strawberry, watermelon, cranberry, pomegranate, lemon curd. Yeah, that's a patio sipper. I like this one quite a bit better, but this is definitely quaffable and hot tub crushable. If I had to give it a score right now, I'd probably give it about 84 points. Perfectly acceptable for the price, and if you're a fan of off-dry rosés that you can just pound back, perfect to go in there. Okay, next up. So this is an interesting one. Red Horse's Vineyard. Oh, back to this one for a minute. I forgot to mention, I reached out to Road 13 to find out what's in it, what the grapes and how it's made. I haven't heard back yet, but I will find out, and I'll add it at the end in post-production, as we call it in the biz. So here we are, 2021 Runaway Rosé. Try to say that 10 times fast. From Red Horse's Vineyard. Now, what do I know about this winery? Well, it used to be nothing. Somebody on BC Wine Chat on Twitter mentioned that they were tasting their rosé, and I reached out to them and told them I'd like to include the rosé in this video. They were gracious enough to send me a bottle, so I did not pay for this. So I think it's important as reviewers to be upfront. A lot of reviewers get all the wine sent to them, of course, and as I mentioned before, I don't. I generally buy when I'm reviewing. This one was comped, and they actually sent me a bottle of a red blend as well, which I will also review. Not in this tasting, of course, but they were very kind enough to send me 2 bottles. So this winery, as far as I can tell, they sell Chardonnay and Cab Sauv and Cab Sauv blends. I think they have a Merlot too. But they're a Cab Sauv house. This is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, and that is not all that common in rosés. I'm sure it's not the only one in the world, but I am fairly sure I've never actually had one. So I'm very intrigued. You can tell what an incredibly beautiful dark color it is. I'm guessing it's going to be really rich, kind of like maybe like a Cab Franc rosé, which we have a lot of those in BC, of course. I'll find out. So I'm going to open it up and let's find out what that one's like. The only thing I told these guys when they told me they're going to send me this rosé to review was that I would review it on camera and I would be honest about it. I was not going to sugarcoat it if I don't like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell them. If I do like it, I'm going to tell them that too. Let's find out, shall we? So you can see it's very dark in color. Looks very much like a Cabernet Franc rosé. Smells very much like a Cabernet Franc rosé. Candied watermelon, strawberry, candied strawberries, pomegranate, raspberry. A bit of mint. I feel like there's some touch of dried herbs on the nose as well. Well, let's see how it tastes. Just checking to see what the alcohol was. 13.6. Yeah, it's a little hot. Just a little hot. I almost feel like I'm getting a slight touch of smoke on the palate. Pomegranate, cranberry. Strawberry. Like almost like a candied blood orange. Some herbaceous notes. Dry. Not bone dry, but dry. It's interesting. It's comparable in some ways to some of the Cab Franc rosés, which if you've watched this channel know that those are not my favorites, though I like them when they're well made. But I prefer more of a Provence style, lighter rosé, Pinot Noir rosés, those kind of things. Cab Franc rosés can be good, my wife loves them. And I like them too when they're well made, for sure. This is interesting. I don't dislike it, but it's not making me jump up and down. Got a nice finish. Some potential there. But I am feeling the alcohol. It is still a little bit hot. So, very interesting. I believe this is the very first 100% Cab Sauv rosé I've ever tasted. And there are some Cab Sauv notes there. I think a little bit of mint on the nose, right? Which I don't often get in. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoke too. There's a little bit of smokiness to it. On Zinfandel Avenue in Oliver is the address. I'll let you look up the address or look up the details, and I'll in post-production I'll put on the Chiron on the bottom mentioning where they are. I'm sure find some neighborhood wineries in case you want to go visit these guys. Nice family, small run producer, which is, we'd love to support those kind of guys if we can. So do I like the rosé? I like it. I don't love it. At this point, I'd probably give it 84 points. Like the last one, maybe different. It's very different than the Road 13, which I think I get the same score to. It's a little more sophisticated. It's a little drier, but it's not necessarily more pleasurable to drink. They're both very, very quaffable wines for sure. Okay, so now what do we have left? We've got two more left in this tasting. Painted Rock, the most precious juice in the Okanagan, and then the Lucine Block from Quails Gate. So let's go on to the next one. And then there were two. On to the Painted Rock. Quails Gate Lucy's Block is next, and then I will have some more rosés to review, no question. But I will end this video after Lucy, and then we will go on to a third video when there's still some that haven't been released yet, and some that have just been released that I haven't got yet. So this will be good enough for now. So the most precious juice in the Okanagan, I've called this before, because this is a wine that tends to sell out in minutes, and I literally need minutes. There was a scandal this year. A scandal. That didn't sell out in minutes. It took almost the whole day to sell out. And there was all kinds of speculation online as to why. They raised the price. They did. I think someone said it was 18% higher. Oh no, people don't want it at that price. But the real reason is they had twice as much of it. So they finally made more. In fact, they even had some Malbec apparently that they harvested specifically for the rosé. So this is made from their red grapes. It is 45% Merlot, 22% Malbec, 18% Petit Verdot, 14% Syrah, and 1% Cab Sauv. And it is always delicious. Let's see if this one's as delicious as it always has been, now that there's twice as much of it. By the way, anybody that has a problem with them raising the price of the rosé, for one thing, everything went up in the last couple of years. Secondly, if you had a business when you were selling widgets, and every year you put widgets out for sale, and every year they sold out in minutes, wouldn't you think maybe you're underpricing them a bit? Wouldn't you rather, it's good business to raise the price. It's still going to sell out. It actually, from what I've been told, 75% of this sold out in the first half hour, and the rest of it took the rest of the day to sell out. So it's not like it wasn't still in demand. Oh. Strawberries and cream. Raspberry plum. Lemon curd. Rhubarb. Oh, smells delicious. Let's see. We were at Painted Rock several years ago. I wouldn't say we were wine newbies, but we were fairly new to it. It was our first visit to Painted Rock, I think. And my wife tasted the rosé. We're having a tasting. We had a charcuterie plate now. And my wife tasted the rosé and she slammed the glass down. And I thought, oh, she didn't like that. And it was just the opposite. She loved it so much. She was slamming it down like, yes, that's what rosé is supposed to taste like. It's quite funny. I know that our guide at the time thought it was pretty funny too. I think John Skinner was there too, who also thought it was kind of humorous. Really rich, intense. Strawberry, raspberry. Rhubarb. There's a citrus note on the end. I was going to say lemon, but I'm not sure. Maybe Meyer lemon. There's a hint of orange there. So maybe Meyer lemon or maybe blood orange. One of those two. What's the alcohol? Sure. 14.3. That's about what it normally is. I think that's very unusual. We'll just get some cranberry coming up there at the end too. A little bit of tart, and the tart cranberry kind of hits the back of your palate at the end. So yeah, it's delicious as it always is. I'd recommend you run out and get some, but of course it is sold out. It has been for a while. But from what I understand, last year for sure they held some back. So if you're at the winery, you can get some. You can not buy it, take away, but you can get some to drink there. Buy a bottle to sit on a picnic, and of course, if you've ever been to Painted Rock, there's not much of a view. There's no place with a better view than that. It's a gorgeous locale. It's a beautiful winery. Each of the last 2 years, we sat up there and had a picnic. Sitting on the patio. They have these incredible sandwiches they get in from. I always forget the name of the place. I'll put it down below because it's a spectacular restaurant in Oliver. And they make the most incredible. Honestly, I'm not a big sandwich guy. I would never go out somewhere and order a sandwich. But holy cow, they're incredible. Maybe one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life. And that's not hyperbole. They're just spectacularly good. And we've had each of the last 2 years. We had just had a sandwich and a little plate of fruit and charcuterie on the patio with a bottle of the rosé after our tasting, and it's just spectacular. It's just a wonderful event. Something you just can't miss when you go up to the Okanagan. Okay, so yeah, so now we're down to one, Quails Gate Lucy's block. Let's open that one up and see how that one is this year. All right, here we are to finish off the video, and we have a guest star. Well, suddenly looks very sad. Yeah, it's okay. She can rest. She's had a big day. Because aren't all dog days big days? So 2021 Lucy's Block Rosé from Quails Gate. Blend of Pinot Meunier and Pinot Noir. I think if you watch my first video, I think I mentioned that Quails Gate Rosé always had Pinot Meunier in it, but that was the other rosé. And I was wrong about that. It's in this one that I always see Pinot Meunier. Not a grape you get a whole bunch of in the Okanagan, right? Oh, so yeah, like candied watermelon, strawberry, mint, raspberry, cranberry. Really nice nose. Okay. This is usually one of my top 5 or so, but I don't think last year's was quite as good as it has been in the past. Smells delicious though. Well, let's dive in and see if it tastes as good as it smells. Cranberry, watermelon, raspberry, lemon zest. A medium minus finish. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure about this one. It smells fantastic, but wow, it's a little bit thin for me. This is a wine that I've always felt kind of was Provence-ish. This year it's not at all. Yeah, so a wine I usually love. Like I said, last year's was not my favorite, but it was still very good. This one, not my favorite either. I don't know what I've had to rate this. It would be around the 86, 87 mark, which is still a good wine. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. Maybe 86-ish. But it's not going to be anywhere near the top of the leaderboard when it comes to BC Rosés this year. Well, unfortunately, that's kind of a sour note to leave the video on, but it is what it is. I'm going to drink this throughout the day, sip on it, and maybe it'll get better. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy a whole case of them. God, it smells so good though. One more sip. Well, got some cherry coming through there. Yeah, it's still a little thin. It's certainly not hot. The alcohol, I wonder what the alcohol is. 12.5, yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So yeah, not a bad wine. Just not as good as it has been in the past for me. So okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to see anything in particular on future videos, leave a comment on YouTube and I will respond to you if I can. There will be a third rosé video. I know I was looking at last year's rosés reviews recently, and there's still, I don't know, between 5 and 8 rosés that I taste every year that I haven't had yet. A few of which have just been released and a few of which have not quite come out yet. But for now, that's it. So until next time, drink great wine. See you later.